Now you're on page 3, the custom search page of BoardStat. You can explore your district service requests in map form along the range of variables at the top: community board, complaint type, descriptor, agency, status, and date range. Note that the community board 2 and the previous date range are still in effect. On the right side of our view, we see the focus mode icon underneath the date range. Clicking on this will enlarge the map. Click Back to Report to return to our regular view. You navigate through the map by having one finger click and remain holding, while another finger on the trackpad can move the map in the direction you want to go. We can zoom into the map by double-clicking on an area of the map or by placing two fingers on a trackpad and moving them from the top of the pad to the bottom. We can also zoom in by pressing the plus key on our keyboard. This may require you to press Shift and the key with the plus sign. To zoom out, move two fingers from the bottom of your trackpad back to the top or press the Shift and Dash key on your keyboard. This option works for a PC or Mac. On a mobile or tablet platform, use the zoom finger gestures to zoom. Some functionality might differ from device to device. For example, at the time of this recording, there is no way to get the right-click menu on a mobile or tablet platform. Let's zoom in on our map again. If we click on one of the blue-colored streets, be mindful that the colors may change after the time of this recording. We can enter Street View mode, and that gives us an on-the-ground 360-degree panorama of the area we clicked on the map. If we click the Show Location on Map circle icon at the bottom of the street view, a map pops up at the bottom with a square representing our current location and the cone shape representing our field of view. We can drag the square on the map to head to a different location. Click Hide Map to return to the larger street view. The address on the top right of the street view is your current location on the map. Click the X to get out of the street view and to return to the map. If we place our cursor on a bubble, we can find information on the longitude, latitude, count of complaints, and descriptor of the data. We can right-click on a circle, and that leads us to several options: See Records, Show Data, Include, and Exclude. See Records shows us the map data for that specific circle in tabular data format. Show Data shows us the whole map data with the map on the top and tabular data on the bottom with less columns. Let's look at a complaint type and descriptor set relevant to the address we have been looking into, 165 Christopher Street. Let's look into noise residential with the descriptor banging and pounding. Choosing these parameters, we can see all of the addresses in Community Board 2 that have received noise residential service requests with the descriptor banging and pounding between 2010 and now, represented by the graduated bubbles, differing in size based on how many specific complaints each address has received. You can also check what agency handles these complaints by seeing which ones appear in the drop-down agency menu. We can see that the NYPD, or New York Police Department, deal with noise residential banging and pounding complaints. We can also choose the status of the different service requests we would like to view. Clicking on the status drop-down menu, we can see that there are complaints with the statuses assigned and closed available. Let's look at the ones that are already closed. Going back to the map, we see that there is only one outstandingly large bubble, and it is indeed 165 Christopher Street. Now, if we change the date range to only include noise residential banging and pounding service requests made in Community Board 2 in the year 2017, we can find addresses that were just as, if not more, problematic in the year 2017. For example, One University Place and 88 Elizabeth Street both got 14 banging and pounding service requests in 2017, while 165 Christopher Street got 12. This supplements the line graph we saw in page 2, which showed a decline in the banging and pounding service requests that 165 Christopher Street had received. Now let's right-click and select See Records on 165 Christopher Street. This gives us the 12 noise residential service requests data in tabular format that was represented in the large bubble on the previous map view. Now let's click on Back to Report. This returns us to the map. Now right-click again and select Show Data this time. It doesn't matter which bubble you right-click on, since Show Data will display all of the map data. This will bring us to the now familiar view where we have the map on top and tabular data for the entire map in descending order by count of complaints on the bottom. Also note, you can right-click on any specific bubble and use the See Records function again. That's the end of page 3. Now let's move on to page 4.